And I have said, I am a child of Thika, grew from Monyo, educated from Monyo, and I have lived all my life in Thika. If we look from 1963, we have imported leadership from outside Thika. Our problem lies here, and we have to fix it from here. I gave that idea to Baba Yao. It's only that he was a governor, he carried the glory. I was very, very fresh, and I was an easy target for everybody. Gakuyo Entity and Ekeza, they are me.
This is Thika Town Today. My name is Juliet Modoni. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Countdown 2022, yet another edition where we are bringing you the contestants, the people who are vying for different seats in this Thika Town, so that you get to know them, they get to articulate their issues, so that when you go to make your decision at the ballot box, you know exactly what you're doing. And today, we've been honored to have Reverend Dr. Kariuki Ngari, who you all know as Gakuyo. He's going to tell us what seat he's vying for, the plans that he has, so that we get to know him more. And do not forget, we are encouraging you to go and register as a voter, so that when it comes to the elections, you have your voting card and your voice will be heard. Thank you very much for joining us, Reverend.
Thank you, Juliet.
We are honored to be in your presence.
Welcome so much.
Yes.
I
Now,
also appreciate.
people would like to know who Gakuyo is.
Thank you for the opportunity to have a word with our voters and through you journalists. My name is Reverend Dr. David Kariuki Ngari, alias Gakuyo, and I am, number one, a preacher of good news. Number two, I am a business person or a personality, and we have moved the country with business, counting from Gakuyo, real estate, the Keza Circle, and many others that are named by Gakuyo himself. Gakuyo being a household, there are many, Gakuyo Technical, Gakuyo Plant Operator, Gakuyo Insurance, there are many. People know Gakuyo Real Estate without knowing that there are others also. Number three, I am a politician.
Yes.
I do not keep quiet with my views. I express my views to my people. Since we have got some, for some years, we have not been having a voice that is coming out from a conviction. Mine, anytime I get convicted on something, convinced on something, I get to go to do it. And this is not the end of everything. If there is any other thing that can come later, and I get convinced,
yes,
I'll jump into it because I am a Kenyan, I am a human being, and anything that I feel I can get used and benefit our people, that I go to do.
Okay.
Immediate, and I don't hesitate.
Okay.
So I am all this,
Yes,
and others that will come later.
okay.
Yes.
So that is Gakuyo in a nutshell.
Yes.
You have mentioned about politics.
Yes.
Now let us know. You want to get into politics
Yes.
come next general election.
Yeah.
What position and why?
Something came up as I was continuing in my business, daily routine and preaching. And I learned that I have been to school, and I learned that we have three pillars that make every community. And without one, you are vulnerable.
Sure.
The first pillar is economical pillar. And I had achieved the economical pillar by moving big business. And the other one was socio-economic pillar. I have a good name, all people cherish and love me because I advised people. So now the other pillar that each and every individual who went to school learned is a political pillar.
Yes.
The goodwill from politics. We ignored that as the church. Despite that we learned it from school, we left it aside.
Yeah.
And it has become the lion that eats each and every individual.
Sure.
So after learning that this is a pillar that you cannot ignore, because I have moved business, economically I'm good, I have money, I have a good name,
Yes.
I'm a social being, but I am vulnerable when it comes to politics. A politician will come one day and destroy all the business that you have done because you are not politically knowledgeable. You know nothing about politics.
Sure.
So they will come and spite venom on the people.
Sure.
And blood you something that you are not. And because you do not have the idea of how you can answer that politically, then the public, the people that you are doing business with, they believe that lie, a lie that has been cooked by somebody who is thinking that you could be a potential candidate on something or a potential contender on something. And because they think that you can get them out from their positions, they spite venom
Yes.
on the people. They hit your economical strength,
Sure.
they hit your social strength, then people begin to hate you. They begin to call you thief, they begin to blood you, and the economical strength that you had begins to deteriorate because you lack one pillar, political pillar. So I thought that it was a very important pillar for everybody. And if you don't have it, you will live to bow to the politician so that they don't attack your business, so that they don't do this, they don't do that. And they are schemers. You need to learn the language of politicians so that when they come, you know exactly what they want and you know what exactly and what they are standing for. So now the reason why I went to politics is to get the third pillar. I know I will build again my business. I'm still young.
Sure.
But if you don't have the political pillar, you are still vulnerable. The days to come, if in case I start a new business, I know the bad birds. I know who politicians are. They are cats. They go to every business. Whenever there is a business, they go around because they know the business people are exposed and they need your protection. So this is a pillar that the church needs to fight for so that we have it inside. So that when an enemy comes in from outside, we are able to chase them away.
Sure.
So now, the church, because it does not have this pillar, if a politician wants to kill a church, if a politician wants to deny church something, they will. And because we don't have a pillar politically, then we are vulnerable. So I said, I will go for the political pillar. I want the political pillar. Yes. I don't want to trust the politician. We went with Waitito and Nyoro, and I trusted them. And we said that we will fight for the gubernatorial position.
Yes.
Immediately after they got it, they deserted me. They left me. You can't trust them on any way. You have to fight and achieve something. You get a position, political position.
So you're vying for a political seat?
Yes, I'm vying for Thika constituency, a member of parliament.
Yes.
That is what I am vying now.
Yes.
I can confirm that officially.
Okay.
I'm in it. I am a victim of what politicians can do. And I would not wish that any man of God before a scenario like the one that I have gone through from the politicians themselves. I would wish and I would encourage each and every knowledgeable person to get understanding of what the political pillar means for us all as Kenyans. Not even the church, for us all as Kenyans.
Okay, fair enough. Now, in 2017, you had intentions of vying for a political seat, but you decided to support another candidate. What informed that decision, and what did you learn from that whole process?
Coming from the church background, I was seeing the need to read or to vie for a gubernatorial position. But I did not know much about politics coming from the church.
You were fresh into politics.
I was very, very fresh, and I was an easy target for everybody because I didn't know much about how they send goons, how they propagate their propagandas. All this was something very new, actually very new, and this is the reason why I borrow from Daniel, because God sent Daniel to Babylon to learn the language of the Thikarians, so that he gets to understand. Before he becomes the prime minister of Babylon, he is channeled into the system to learn the wisdom and the language of the Thikarians. So now we did not know their language. Their language is skilled and schemed on how it can discredit you as a bishop, discredit you from whatever position you have. They have the capacity through politics. The language they speak, they can coin it the way they want, and you will look the way they want you to look. And that is what they did. So now, 2017, I found that I am very vulnerable and I'm very easy target for politicians. And it was from all corners, because the gubernatorial position is also a big post, and it's attracting war from all Kiambu. It's attracting everybody from Rari to Thika, to enough constituencies. And the battalions of every foe is there, attacking me. I could not hold it. So I thought that this man who is called Waitito is not threatening my life, it's not threatening my business, it's not a threat to me. But the man that we want to remove is telling me on my eyes, once I go back there, the first person I will deal with is Gakuyo. So mine was a do or die. And I did not have much interest in money, because I had money. So now to get him out of that position is that I help somebody else.
Okay.
So I put my weight on Waitito together with Nyoro, and then we were able to oust him. And it was informed in that I am new, I don't know even much of governance except what I learned. And this Waitito know something about it. So I backed him together with Nyoro, and we achieved.
What did you learn from that whole process? I
learned that you do not trust politicians. You don't trust them at all. And this time around is the reason why I am not asking anybody to elect anybody. I'm talking about Gakuyo.
Yes.
I'm not making alliances with anybody, because those are nothing with them. When they lie to you, they sign. But when you want to implement the agreement, they say that it is neither here nor there. So they don't have commitment. Politicians have no commitment. And that is the reason why our country is dragging behind. The Kenyan politicians are very greedy, very selfish. They don't have the public or Wanchiko at heart. Selfishness reads their thinking. So me, as a man of the church, man of the cloth, I thought that we cannot continue trusting these men continually on leadership. We need to bring a seed of, or a sense of godliness in politics. And that is what I learned in my lesson, supporting Waitito and seeing that he cannot be trusted, trusting Nyoro, trusting every other person, trusting politicians. And I have learned that once a politician, they are the same people. We need now the church, breed, to come, to be channeled into the system, to bring a sense of godliness. That is all I am looking for. Yes.
Thank you. Now, I believe that you've been in Thika, you were brought up in Thika, you've seen the glory days of Thika when Thika was among one of the cleanest towns. Thika was also among one of the most industrious towns. Now, what plans do you have towards bringing back that glory?
Juliet, we have a very big problem in Thika because Thika have the capacity to make the best town in Kenya. And I want to believe that the glory was there before, but it got lost on the way. And it has become a prey of the politicians from outside Thika. And they have learned that being a cosmopolitan, it has so many people that come to live in it. So now there is no identity. There is no people identifying themselves with it. Because if we look from 1963, we have imported leadership from outside Thika, all the way from Gakuyo South. We have gotten more than four MPs. We have imported from Githongori, the man called Stephen Bishop, the Speaker of Kiambu Assembly. We have invited Kabogo all the way from Roiro. We have invited Django from Gatundu North. And many others here in the mayoral positions have been led by men from Nyeri, Kina Motahi, Kina Mondia. All these are men from Nyeri. We have not have our own people owning their own town and feeling that we are becoming a prey of outsiders. They are able to see from far that there is a vacuum in Thika. And most of our people who would have fought for us dies mysteriously like Edu. He just dies mysteriously. That is the man of Thika. Another man who died mysteriously was Muigai Kenyatta. He had a heart for Thika. Muigai Kenyatta had a heart for the Raja Juja, but he just died mysteriously like that. We have people like Hato. He was also passionate on Thika. He just went like that because we have become a prey from people, leaders from outside. And most of our strong and our able people just goes like that and they die. So I have looked into Thika, and I have said, I am a child of Thika, born from Kiadutu, grew from Monyu, educated from Monyu, and I have lived all my life in Thika. I know every corner of Thika. The 5 wards of Thika, I know them in and out. And you cannot tell me that somebody from outside can have a heart of Thika more than the Thika people themselves. So I have thought, I will start. The only thing that I will do is to start as a Thika person. And then the Thika people will now judge and reason why would they elect an outsider when they have a son of their own. So now I want to believe that we don't want bosses here. We do not want or need bosses in Thika. We need people who will want to bring the glory of Thika back in terms of cleanliness. Thika was the #1 cleanest city, town in Kenya. We want to bring that back. We want to lead our people to sweep our town. You know, Kang'oki is here. People bring all their waste from all over Kiambu. It is brought here. And we cannot afford to sweep town here and put and bring our garbage just next here. That's ridiculous. And we need also to paint our town to look nice. So now people think that sometimes you get a position to become a boss. But me, I want to become a worker with our people. I want to go down and wear gumboots and lead our people to those terraces and clean them. Why is it our drainage are not moving water outside the town? We go down to where the problem is. Our sewer, our water, we have the best water. The water problem in Thika is like we don't have a very good water system. We have the best. People have come to Thika because of water. They have researched all the towns and they have settled on Thika by the reason of the water. And we cannot give our water to Katuenyaga people. We cannot give our water to Kiganjo people. Just here, we can't. And we have a river. We have a good plant for water. What is the problem? What could be the problem? I understand that we gave Thika green water from Thika. And we are not increasing the capacity. We are not increasing the water storage somewhere in Karimeno, where the water is pumped and then it is supplied. Water that would have gone to Katuenyaga, that would have gone to Goriva, is diverted to Thika Greens in Murang'a. And that's something that we need to talk about. We cannot expect Thika water and sewerage to give Katuenyaga water. If they are giving it to Murang'a, we have to increase the production of water. And the storage of water in Karimeno, we have to increase. They are giving out water without increasing the production. So these are most of the things that people in Thika need to be told, that our problem lies here, and we have to fix it from here. And water is my major agenda. Immediately when I catch up with the position, water will be my agenda. Yes.
Okay. The role of a member of parliament is very crucial in terms of development. In what way will your leadership be different from your predecessor as a member of parliament? Because a member of parliament is very instrumental in terms of development.
Number one, as I have said earlier, is that we have not had leadership that owns Thika at heart.
Okay.
Because even the homecoming is done elsewhere, not in Thika.
Sure.
They go homecoming outside Thika. Number one, that's one reason. Number two, I am a business person, and I know Thika. Thika is a business town. And before, it was neglected. It used to be the center for Murang'a, center for Matu and Kitui, center for Nyeri, center for many other towns that are surrounding here. People used to come to Thika to shop. Wholesalers were doing very well in Thika because it was a catchment for many towns that are surrounding here. All the way from Kitui County, Machakos County, Murang'a, and many others. All the way from Kankade, people used to come from Kankade to shop from Thika. But we have not been improving the network infrastructure. Traffic jam in Thika is chaos, chaotic. And we must give people the reason why they can come to Thika and get out so much easier. We have to create many bypasses and improve the road network so that people can get encouraged. You will learn that people are meeting from Keno. Instead of coming to Thika, they go to Keno where there's a lot of nyama choma. You have gone that side. You cannot find a place like Keno in Thika. Thika is more bigger than Keno, and with great economies in Thika. But who would want to come into the traffic jam that we had to go through? Immediately when we got it, we ousted Kafo. We created that blue post bypass, a small bypass, and it was my idea. I gave that idea to Babaya. It's only that he was a governor, he carried the glory, but it was my idea. We can remove this bush and have a small bypass here. It was my idea. In Buris here, there is a road that is going across that river to the other side of Muranga. We can create another bypass there. In Sakadep, there is another road that goes across. All these are bypasses. There is another bypass here in Castle. We need to champion on these bypasses so that we decongest the town and we give people reason why they can come into Thika. And by so doing, the business will be improved. There will be great improvement on business, because where there is traffic jam, everybody wants to run away.
Sure.
So now that, for me, Thika will be my pet, because that is where I invest in Thika. That is where I want to do my developments. This is my home. Others are coming to steal our property. They are stealing through political knowledge. They come and they steal our position. They rule us. They control our money. Now this time we want our money. Bursaries. They can't get bursaries. We don't have educated people in Thika. Reason being, who want to educate people that he don't know? When yesterday I gave like 10 children bursary. My pocket, 10 children I gave bursary. Because they are people that I know. If you import a reader, does she or he know your people? This is the mistake that Thika people have done for long enough. They give their bursaries to their home. You will call your mother if you are the MP here, and your mother is in Kinango. You will tell your mother, send me 100 names, I give you bursary. So we give our bursaries to other people. We don't have educated people here. Go to the county of Kiambu. The people that are working from the county or are from the upper Kiambu. We don't have educated children here. We forsake our own children because the leadership doesn't have the passion. It is not their brothers. It is not their sisters. How would they take care? How do they have much care on them? So they need to elect their own who will educate them. I am telling you, we don't have a CEC in Kiambu County. We don't have a chief officer in Kiambu County. It's from Thika. We are neglected like that because we don't have fighters who fight for us. For example, a nomination that we were to be given from Thika is given to somebody from Kirwara, Muranga. Yeah, because these people don't have a heart for us. And this is one that proposes that lady from Kirwara. Yeah, because she comes from Muranga and she gets the position here in Thika. So she called the sister to come to be given also a position.
Sure.
We must own our town. We must own our people. We must educate our children. And we must fight for positions in the county. We don't have a CEC, we don't have a chief, no directorship. All these are coming from Kikuyu, Remuru, and those sides. We don't have representation from the lower Kiambu because we don't have somebody who can fight for them. I want to champion that. Yes.
That is awesome. I can see you're passionate about ensuring that people from Thika are included in everything about Thika.
Yes.
Now, there are very many issues you've mentioned: infrastructure, water, education. What are some of the things you feel you'll give priority to? And also, generally, what's your vision for Thika?
Generally, Thika is like now a red rocked area, and it needs to be included in most of the mini budgets that the World Bank can do. our proposals must be very well informed. Because when the World Bank asked our charter, we need people who can articulate the problem in Thika.
Sure.
And number one is the network. Those bypasses, we have a bypass here in Section 9, removing people to the highway. It is all the years not having a solution. And I would go number one to improve the network for Thika.
Okay.
The other one is here in Castle, so that we decongest Thika.
Sure.
And by so doing, we will be improving our people's businesses. Because where people can flow in and out, we will have businesses also now growing. And we will also be looking into water as the first priority also. Because water problem and the cry is so rampant, it's so big. All the way to Randres, to Gatundu, to Kiganjo, to Kiangombe, to Gatwenyaga, to Goriba, to Magugoni, we don't have water. And this issue must be addressed. Probably if our plant cannot manage to improve, we need to propose this to the county government, to the World Bank, look for a grant to improve our water storage, so that we can also, we are not saying that we fight Thika Greens, because most of the people living in Thika, they live in Thika Green. Working from Thika and living in Thika Green. We need to improve the capacity so that we can give outside Thika, outside Kiabu. And these are some of the hanging fruits that we have to come with. Water. And these I strongly believe that water is a problem in Thika. And more so is cleanliness. We have to clean our city. We have to talk with our people on how we make our town clean. And number 4 is on inclusivity.
Sure.
We need to have dialogues with people so that they tell us also where they want us to start with. I don't want to say that I will do it alone, but I would say that dialogue is a vital thing. Participation, that is public participation on everything. And you will get to know exactly what Wajiko wants. Before you tell them even what you want to do for them. Like water is their issue. They are raising it from all over. So we will have to listen to Wajiko and see what their problem is. That and others, I would say that Wajiko will tell me more than what I can tell to them.
Awesome. Now, you are a man who wears many hats.
Yes.
You're a reverend, you're a businessman, you're a family man,
Yes.
and now you're getting into politics. How are you going to balance all that?
I'm a very, very good manager indeed on those things, because I believe in delegation. Because even today I hold too much with me, and I don't look stressed.
Sure.
I'm relaxing here talking with you.
Sure.
It doesn't mean that I don't have much on me.
Yeah.
But I know how to delegate. We have CEO for Ekeza, for Gakuyo. I delegate.
Okay.
I'm a reader, and I know that I cannot do all this by my own. But we do it together with other people. I believe so much in delegation. And like now, the church, I have more than 5 pastors working under me here. And I only show up on Sundays.
Okay.
And on Sundays, each and every individual goes to worship. And even if you are an MP, you are also required to go to worship.
Sure.
And that's the reason why, even in Parliament, you don't go there every time. you have other time to go to see Wajiko. Even in the church, you don't go into the church every hour, every day. You do go there mostly on Sunday, because I would not want to vacate from my church businesses. I am a preacher. The reason why I have gone to politics, it is because of the church. I want to represent the church in parliament, the interest of the church, which is at my heart. So now, the family, of course, I have to go home in the evening, and the family is there supporting me also. And any other thing, all this is our businesses, and we have to give priority to what is first and the second and the third. And I have not seen anyone eating the other, because we have meeting with all these people in one place, and we look into that and that and that and that, and then we delegate. We tell where you are failing, you need to improve there, you need to improve, go. And may I go to my politics. It is easy if you plan yourself. It will be easy.
So you employ a lot of teamwork. You have different people doing different things.
Excellent.
Now you've mentioned something that is critical. You've mentioned Ekeza and Gakuyo. Those are two things that we definitely cannot talk about. And there's the perception that people have outside there, and there's what people know outside there. We'd like to make it clear about these two entities, about Ekeza and Gakuyo.
Gakuyo entity and Ekeza, they are me. They are me. And this is, each and every individual has got his own or her own issues. And you continue to live with them.
Okay.
And when you are told to do this first before you do that, that's a lie. There are sometimes you know how to live with your roots. Sometimes you can be so much wounded on your face. You try to hide, but it can't hide. You can't hide. And they say in Kikuyu language, Kariuki Ngari. They say in Kikuyu. And Ekeza and Gakuyo is my root. And it is not that I contributed on it. Somebody contributed on it. And it has never made me guilt. Because number one, it was not my plan to take people's money and then run away with it. And you have learned that I have paid 800 million from the 1 billion that the commissioner was requiring from me. And I am remaining with only 200 million and 50, the balance that I'm remaining with for Ekeza Sacco. And if I pay this, I will not have a liability with Ekeza Sacco. So now, the good thing is that the money that they asked me to pay, I had bought land with it, because it was a normal road that I had taken, but it was politicized, and it was made to look like I stole the money from the circle, but I had borrowed. But the politics of the day wanted to divert the idea of borrowing to stealing, and they wanted to take from me the social capital, so that I cannot come to the people. And it was the idea to get me out of the people by branding me a thief.
Okay.
So they will have stolen the social capital from me, where I cannot go to the people. That was the idea. Number two, they wanted to steal from me the economical capital, to cripple me in terms of business, so that I am not able to support my campaigns. I cannot support Juliet if I want to become something politically. So they wanted to cripple my economic muscles.
Sure.
And because I was vulnerable politically, they managed. But it is not myself, it's not my work that I instigated to bring it down. It was their work. And now because I have managed to continue paying, propagated my message that that is not true. I borrowed like any other, and I'll pay back, and I have paid 800 plus million. Now remaining with the 250 million. You can see that this is something that I owned. I have not denied that I don't have the money. I said I have. But only that they wanted me to pay in one day. They wanted me to do only the thing that gods can do. The gods. It's not human who can do that. And they broke their reasoning. They asked me to pay 1 billion in a day. That is a wickedness that happened in my time. And we have Chase Bank, which also suffered, and they are given time. But they wanted me to become a god, to pay the money in a day. That's a wickedness that men can cook from their hearts. And they call people, they pay goons to come and pretend to be my members. All this was politics because they wanted me to run away, maybe to America, maybe to another country. But I said, no, I am here to stay, and I will pay to the last coin. And I talk to the people, and they agree. They agree with me. They come slowly, I pay slowly. And now I'm remaining with the 250. And it's a river.
Fair enough.
So now Gakuyo will stand around, and Gakuyo is me.
Yes.
And there is nothing that I can do with my name. I cannot be called another name. I am Gakuyo. My face is Gakuyo. So what do I do with my face? If I go to America, will I be somebody different? I am the same Gakuyo. Either I run away from social people. Socially here, I can't feature, I can't preach. This is a capital they wanted to steal from me. And I stood my ground. They are not taking me out from the people. And here I am. I am vying for bigger constituents.
Yes.
Yes?
Thank you. And as we wind up, what's your parting shots?
I would wish to talk to the Thika voters. This is high time you get serious with your vote. The vote is your bullet. If you miss with your vote, you miss with your roads, you miss with your economies, you miss with your bursaries, you miss with your future. You miss with your town, Thika. You miss with your constituents. The vote is your last bullet. The only weapon a voter has against an intruder is the vote. If you don't have a vote, you don't have a bullet, and you cannot talk. All the things that you can talk, that's called nonsense. If you, even Kibaki said to us one time, kama hauna kura, wewe ni buri. These are words from Kibaki. You cannot talk. We don't talk to the politicians with your mouth. We talk with a vote. You chase them with your vote, and you bring them in with your vote. And this is a very serious business for us, the people of Thika. People have stolen our resources through leadership, and this time we have to say no to intruders, people coming from outside. We have to tell them no. We want people who has pain on our town, on our constituents. I want to urge you, my brother and my sister, my son and my daughter, get a vote. Be ready. Don't say that umechaguana na hausaidiki, all these things. Don't say that. This time I want us to elect. Me, I'm born from Kiadutu. Get your vote. Elect your own brother, your own sister, who can fight for your bursary, who can fight for infrastructures, can fight for medicine in our hospitals, can fight for water, can fight for bursaries, and any other thing that we are suffering from. Thank you as you take your vote. Thank you as you vote Gakuyo as your next member of parliament. Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Karibu.
your time. We are honored to have been here and we wish you all the best.
Karibu. Thank you.
So that was Countdown 2022. Today's edition, we had Reverend Dr. Kariuki Ngari, who is vying for Thikarians Member of Parliament seat. And as he has insisted, let's go out there and get our voters' card so that come next election, we are able to put in people who are going to fight for us. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and share this video. I've been your host, Juliet Modoni. Thank you.